Os. Today, we're talking about a kick that is often misunderstood in Shotokan. Not spectacular. Not known for raw power. Often reduced to a simple sweeping motion. Mikazuki Geri. The crescent moon kick. And yet, it is probably one of the most intelligent kicks in Shotokan. Mikazuki Geri is not looking for a knockout. It does not seek frontal domination. It seeks control. It sweeps. It strikes. It disrupts. And sometimes, it does all of that in a single movement. Today, we're going to understand why Mikazuki Geri is biomechanically dangerous, how it uses rotation and continuity, and why a circular trajectory is often more threatening than a straight line. We're not going to try to win the exchange. We're going to learn how to control it. Welcome to Shotokan Lab. In this series, we're diving deep together into the hidden biomechanics of Shotokan karate. No myths. No mysticism. Here, we're chasing the real, what the body actually does, what truly generates the power, speed, and precision in our techniques. We'll analyze, break down, and even test, to scientifically understand the movements we've been practicing for decades. Why do they work so well? How can we optimize every single motion to become more effective, stronger, and more aware of our own body? Shotokan is an ancient art, but its physical logic is incredibly modern. Ready to rediscover your karate from a whole new angle? Then, let's get started. Chapter 1. The circular trajectory. Mikazuki Geri is not defined by impact. It is defined by trajectory. The foot starts low. It draws a circular arc. Then it returns toward the center line. But be careful. It's not the foot that does the work. The foot is only the visible endpoint. The real action happens elsewhere. The hip initiates. The pelvis guides. The center carries. The leg simply follows. That's why Mikazuki can be effective without excessive muscular tension. The power does not come from a kick. It comes from the body moving through a continuous curve. This trajectory allows several things. Sweeping a base. Cutting forward momentum. Forcing a postural readjustment. Very often, the opponent reacts before they've even identified the threat. Common mistake. Many practitioners try to lift the leg too high. Look for a visible strike. Stop the movement at impact. Result: loss of continuity. Loss of balance. Loss of biomechanical value. Mikazuki is not a kick you chamber. It's a kick you let pass through. Chapter 2. Continuity of motion. Unlike linear kicks, Mikazuki Geri never cuts its energy. There is no hard stop. No dead point. No empty moment. The rotation is continuous. Hip. Knee. Foot. Everything works as a single chain. Biomechanically, this changes everything. The energy is not expressed as an explosion. It is expressed as circulation. This is what we call a non-expansive strike. The body does not open up. It remains contained. The structure stays available. That's why Mikazuki is dangerous after the kick. The body is already positioned. The center is stable. The follow-up is immediate. If you feel strain in the thigh, tension in the shoulder, imbalance at the end, then continuity is broken. A good Mikazuki leaves a strange sensation. As if the kick never really ended. As if the body could instantly move somewhere else. If the movement feels too small, too discrete, you're probably on the right path. Chapter 3. Control of the centerline. The true power of Mikazuki Geri is not impact. It is control of the centerline without frontal engagement. This type of kick often appears where kata refuses straight lines. The circular trajectory acts like a key. It doesn't block. It doesn't force. It displaces. The opponent is forced to lift a leg, pull the hips back, open their guard. Meanwhile, your center stays protected. Mikazuki is therefore a kick of initiative, disruption, preparation. It doesn't win the fight. It shapes the fight. In sport fighting, exchanges are accepted. Movement is constant. Exposure is part of the game. In real situations, energy is costly. The ground is uncertain. Mistakes are paid immediately. Mikazuki fits perfectly into a preservation context. Low commitment. Low risk. High spatial control. Mikazuki Geri can be used to enter, exit, block, prepare, constrain. It's a reading key, not a final answer. It can precede a tsuki, break timing, force an angle. That's why it often appears in transitions, in unclear moments, in the gray zones of combat, where clean techniques fail. Mikazuki doesn't take space. It makes space unstable. Conclusion. Mikazuki Geri is not a secondary kick. It is a fundamental Shotokan lesson. Trajectory over impact. Continuity over force. Control over domination. To understand Mikazuki is to understand that sometimes the most effective path is not a straight line. As often in Shotokan, discretion is not weakness. It's a strategy. In the next episode, we'll leave the crescent moon for the protective blade. Shudo Yuke. A gesture of control, distance, and transition into counterattack. The Shotokan autopsy continues. Train clean. Strike true. Os.